vegan cyclists, so we're talking about stages 10, 11, and 12. 12, super exciting. 10 and 11, ooh, not that exciting. Stage 10 was the first stage after the first rest day. So usually people are gonna be kind of getting back into the whole racing thing. The rest day is a really tricky part of cycling because your body will kind of go into rest mode and you can have a lot of trouble getting back into race mode. Pretty much what everyone has been saying, that this tour has been fast. Every stage has been faster than the projected finishing time. Like they'll usually have these projected finishing times and they've been faster than the fastest one every time. So this was kind of like a, guys, let's just chill, right? A little breakaway, got up the road, but that was pretty much it. There wasn't really anything to talk about in this, and I gotta be honest, I did not watch the whole stage. I kind of zoned out, I was working, it was on in the background. Came down to a sprint where Kittel was pretty far back, but ended up just blowing everyone out of the water and snagging a sprint win and probably securing the green jersey because his points are just getting out of control at this point. All right, so winners and losers of stage 10. Winner, obviously, Kittel. Marcel Kittel has found his groove. Now, you could say a lot of the big competition, the other sprinters aren't really there. But, you know, Sagan isn't really considered a big powerhouse sprinter. Cavendish is, but he was sick. So, I mean, I don't know. I still think that the finishes probably would have been very similar with Cavendish and Sagan. Obviously, Démare, huge loser, is not here anymore. He is he was a loser on stage 9 because he didn't make the time cut. And Arnaud Démare would definitely be one of those to contest Kittel. So without Démare, I mean, you know, you still have Greipel, you still have, you know, some other guys, but dude, he's murking it. So he's winning for sure. Probably the biggest controversy of this stage was Bahani. At this point, he hits Jack Bauer, and so loser, Bahani, loser, Sagan fans, loser, the tour, like all of the, like, dude, what are you doing? How can you let someone literally throw a punch at another rider and they gave him a small, like, $200 fine and took a minute off his time, which who cares, right? He's not going for the overall time, so it's literally nothing. And I know you've probably already heard a lot about this story where Bahani throws this punch, and dude, it comes down to intent. What Sagan did was not intent. He did not have the intent to run Cavendish into the wall, right? His intentions weren't malicious, but dude, throwing a punch at another rider in the pack, obviously your intent is bad. And I think a lot of things come down to intent. Yes, Sagan caused a massive wreck that took a rider out of the tour, is what you could say. I don't think he caused it, but Cavendish wrecks, gets hurt, other guys wreck. There is a consequence to that is very easy to see. Now, when someone punches another rider, obviously no one else went down, so it's like, but dude, why is he still in the race? Like, that is a crazy thing. If we're gonna say that we're gonna DQ riders for endangering others or these sorts of actions, you shouldn't have ever disqualified Sagan, because everyone is gonna say this all the time. Like, well, if he got disqualified, you should disqualify him. I don't think anyone should get disqualified, but I definitely think taking a punch at another dude, it's a punk move. Moving on to stage 11, again, another flat stage, another stage for the sprinters. This one was a little more exciting because the breakaway had a massively strong dude from Bora in it. He was actually the one that helped Sagan get his win when Froome and Sagan broke away. With about 28 kilometers to go, the Bora guy attacked the breakaway and just put the drill down, dude. And he almost made it. I mean, really, like, he got within, I think, 300 meters, which obviously is still a far away. Like, he didn't, but I mean, any little issue in the peloton, like, he gave himself an awesome opportunity to win. So that was really exciting. Came down to a sprint though, and Kittel, which like 10 kilometers out, was way back, and so Kittel had to come through the pack and just pretty much blow everyone's doors off. Bosenhagen was there, which was really close. He got third. Kittel though taking another win. So winners and losers of stage 11. Obviously, the winner, Bora, getting their name up there. Obviously, they've lost Ralph Maika, so their GC hopes are gone. They lost Peter Sagan, so half the fans watching the tour are gone. So they gotta do something, right? Let's get our name out there. And that's definitely a talking point. A lot of people were taking a look at their jersey, at the Bora, I don't know how to say the rest of it, Hagensgolf. You know, looking at him, and dude, it was really exciting. So definite winner to Bora. Winner, Kittel. Dude, basically not even needing a lead out team. Like, I know his lead out team has had some issues being, you know, together, but he went on record to say that he would rather his team just get him close to the front and not on the front, because that he's really feeling good about having this slow wind up sprint where it's like this slowly winding up, and he's just, man, got so much power and so much speed at the high end. With this win, he again is just really putting a stamp on his green jersey, you know, desires and hopes and dreams, because man, he's just racking up so many points in the sprint. And honestly, he just looks right now invincible. Like he's just blowing guys out of the water. He's coming from so far back and no one's even getting close to him. Loser, Astana and Fulsang. Astana in a feed zone had a little wreck, and Jakob Fulsang had a wreck, had his arm kind of busted, his wrist busted. He went back to the medical car, had them take a look at it, and obviously if you've watched stage 12, then you know a little bit about what's going on. But yeah, that's a bummer that Astana has one of their main guys get injured in a relatively flat and safe race. Loser, Greipel. Man, his lead out is submersion the front. Like, they're getting to the front, they're crushing it. They're just laying it down. And it's just like, honestly, I guess it's not really Loser's Greipel, but Loser's just lead out teams. There's a lot of lead out teams hammering the front. And Kittel's just like, meh, I don't really need one. I'm just gonna smash everybody because I'm the best. So, you know, also Greipel has a good chance to rack up some wins. Like, he doesn't have a whole lot of other competition, but he's just not there. I don't know. Okay, let's talk about stage 12. Now, I just recorded this and realized it had no audio, so I'm gonna re-record this. Stage 12, super duper exciting. It started off really fast with guys trying to make the main break because of the fact that the time cut was really going to be an issue for a lot of people. With so much climbing, you know, usually this time cut is like 45 minutes, around there, 40 to 50 minutes depending on, you know, the finishers. But so to try to make that front breakaway and to not have to worry about that time cut was a huge, you know, goal for a lot of people. So it made it super fast, which made people on the very back like starting to get dropped within 1 kilometer of the race. Like right when the race started, guys are like getting tailed off the back, and if they get dropped and can't make it back on, dude, you're done. You're going home. Like, you're gonna miss the time cut. A big breakaway did eventually establish, and then Team Sky kind of like kept that within some sort of manageable distance, and then the breakaway started to break apart. Steve Cummings went on a little flyer, and then it came down to a final crazy sprint up this wall where Romain Bardet took the win. Fabio Aru moves into yellow, and just a lot of drama. Crazy stage though. So let's talk winners and losers of stage 12. Winner, Kittel. Marcel Kittel gets into the main breakaway, which is kind of crazy to see him in the green and big, you know, in a breakaway on a very mountainous stage. But again, like I said, it was super important for him because he could possibly, if there were some issues, be flirting with getting cut from the time, you know, the time constraints. So, but he makes the breakaway and then is able to contest the main, or the sprint, like the intermediate sprint, which Michael Matthews, you know, if he had been in the breakaway and Kittel not, he could have put a good ding into Kittel's overall points lead there, but he was there, man. Now he lost the sprint, he didn't win it, but it doesn't matter because he took the second most points that he could, really limiting what Michael Matthews could have done. Winner, Sunweb and Michael Matthews. Michael Matthews kept in the break longer than Kittel did, and they got to the first KOM section. De Gendt went for the KOM, but Michael Matthews robbed that from him. And I guess the way was that De Gendt was poised. He could have mathematically taken over the King of the Mountains jersey from Michael Matthews' teammate, Warren Barguil. So having Michael Matthews there to rob De Gendt of those points was good. So that was a great move by Sunweb and Michael Matthews. Winner, Romain Bardet wins literally the stage which is awesome. I mean, dude, that little final kicker was crazy. It was super duper steep, and you know, they ran into that thing, and that guy's just small. I mean, that kind of super steep climb is really good for the small guys. You know, and Romain Bardet, dude, just put it down. So he gets a time bonus. You know, I mean, now he's really there. Like, he's knocking on the door for GC contention for sure. Another big winner, obviously, Fabio Aru goes into yellow, gets the yellow jersey by, I think he got third on this stage, but he definitely beat Froome, got a time bonus. Man, I mean, it was a big shakeup there in that final little kicker, and Froome did not do well. Loser, Chris Froome, Team Sky, man, they take a huge hit right here. And now, Team Sky was on the front trying to manage that breakaway pretty much the entire race. Every time you look at him, like 200 kilometers out, Sky on the front. 150 kilometers out, Sky on the front. 100 kilometers out, Sky on the front. Sky roasted their team big time. Put them on the front, and they were, dude, they were in the wind the entire race. Then on towards the last climb right before the main pitch up, dude, they put it down. They brought back what was left of the breakaway, and then they come to the last guy, Mikel Landa, and honestly, when he took the front, it kind of seemed like the pace way slowed down, and that he was sort of riding for himself, like he wanted to keep something in the reserve. I don't know, it's a little bit strange. I felt like he should have just pinned it and kept it high all the way, but maybe Froome was radioing and telling him, like, dude, I do not feel good. But so then they make this little turn, they hit this super steep wall, and Froome, dude, just kind of blows up, honestly. He did not do very well. Now, this isn't his thing. Like, this isn't, you wouldn't say Froome is great on super steep, short, little punchy climbs. Like, that's just not his thing. So I think a lot of people could read into this as it maybe being more than it really is. I just think, you know, it just really didn't suit him, and I think he probably should have attacked sooner. I'm not sure, but big loss, man. They lose the yellow jersey, and that could give a lot of confidence to the other teams. It could ruin confidence for Team Sky. Loser, Rigoberto Urán, dude, gets a 20-second penalty for grabbing a water bottle in the last like 20K or whatever it is. So he's riding really good, dude, and everyone's kind of crumbling around, you know, this tour, right? We're losing Quintana, we're losing Contador, they're just not there. And dude, he is in a position where he could probably get top 3. And then so he got a 20-second time penalty for taking water in the last, you know, whatever K, which I would understand that on a sprint stage. Maybe there's like a lot of chaos trying to get water or whatever, but dude, on a climbing stage, like, it just doesn't, I don't know the reasoning behind why you would penalize someone for getting food or water at any point in this race at all. But maybe there's something I'm missing. Loser, Quintana gets dropped. Doesn't really look like he has anything in the legs. Now he did like manage that gap pretty well. Like, he didn't lose a ton of time. Contador has lost a ton of time. It really looks like Contador's donezo, man. I think that, I just don't think that there's anything left in him. But Quintana, you know, he's just leaking time. Like, yeah, he's not losing tons of time, but dude, you're not gonna lose time on every stage and then somehow miraculously on one stage be great. Like, it's just trending that Quintana is just not there. He's just not doing it. His legs are fried. And that finish, I felt like suited Quintana. It was super steep. So, bummer for him, man. Winner, fans. Like, literally before today, I was on the camp of saying, dude, this is probably over. You know what I mean? This isn't looking great as of an exciting tour. But now with Romain Bardet and Fabio Aru so, like, right there, you know, any little issue that Froome has, man, it's gonna spell disaster for sure. He could have a mistimed flat or a wreck, or maybe in the time trial when everyone's expecting him to just put a ton of time in everyone, maybe he just cracks. Maybe he's just not good, right? Froome has not won a single race this year, and so that's kind of telling to maybe where his fitness is. I just really though think his like main weapon is a long climb and Sky ramps up the pace, and then in the last like 2K, he rockets to the top. Haven't really seen any climbs that suit that for him. Whatever climbs do suit him, drop off the back and have a descent to the finish line, which is kind of a bummer. There's not a lot of hilltop finishes in this tour, really, but that makes it exciting. Like, he's gonna have to get creative. Aru's gonna have to still keep pinning it, dude. Mikhail Landa, sorry, I'm just so white. He sort of looked like he was, you know, he got a lot of crap for riding away from Froome. But the thing is, you know, I don't know, as a team manager, if I was like a team manager for Sky, look, Froome is cracking on this climb. There's nothing you can do. We're super close to the finish. Maybe you try to get, you know, anyone as close to the front as possible. Like, if whatever happens, you know, Mikhail Landa maybe being their next guy, right? If Froome just completely blows up and you want someone in the top 5. But I don't know, dude. It did seem a little weird when he was pulling out or leading out Froome, like he wasn't all in for Froome. But I think this is an exciting, it's shaping up to be an exciting GC contender. And I eat some of my words, right? I still really don't believe that Fabio Aru is a main contender for the yellow jersey if everything else is equal, right? Like, if everyone else is doing good and doing their best, I just don't see him really being a contender. But obviously he has the yellow jersey, so you have to say he is, right? And with everyone else having issues, man, he's just poised really well to possibly get the yellow. I don't want him to. I don't like him as a rider. This is what it is. I don't like his face. You know, I don't know, man. So I'm not rooting for him, but I do think he's gonna make the race super exciting. I think he's already animated it. He's always attacking. He's always kind of being, you know, getting the race going, because it is kind of boring, dude, sometimes when Sky just goes to the front. Basically, it is a team time trial all the way to the top of the mountain. All right, guys, thank you so much. Vegan Cyclist. Yeah.